Yeah, good evening all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes.
So today I'll be entering into the technicals of Python, data types, and variables, right? Yes. Every organization, right? Every organization use case has got data and operations. Data represented using data types or variables. Data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions. Operations represented using functions. So data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions. Operations represented using functions. Data represented using data type. For example, any organization use case, right, has got data and operations. For example, a bank. Bank consists of data and operations. Data means customer data. Customer ID, account number, its name, its balance, address, right? And operations like withdraw operations, transfer operations, deposit operations, right? Data using data types or variables, operations using functions. Right. So just observe this diagram, right? If we just compare C, C++, Java comparison with Python. In other programming language, right? If you want to define a variable like x equal to 10, compulsory I need to say int x, y equal to 4.5, I need to say float y, z equal to hello like string set. Index, float y, string set. Without this data type defining, I cannot create the variable x. Without this data type defining, I cannot create the variable y. Without this data type, I cannot create the variable z. But in Python, directly I can say x has 10, y has 4.5, z has hello. I can say x has 10, y has 4.5, z has hello. Here, what type of variable x means? Based on this data type defining, you are saying it as int type. What type of variable y is? Float type. Z is what type of variable? What?
String type.
String type. But here, what type of variable X?
Int type.
X is what type of variable means what value you assign to it?
Integer value.
Yes. Y equal to 4.5. What value you assign to it? Float value. So it will be float type. Z equal to hello. What value you assign to Z? String value. So type of Z will be string. Type of X will be int because so there is a function in Python type function. Type of X is what? Int. Why it is int? Because you assign a int value. Type of Y is what type?
Float.
Why it is float? Because you assigned a float value. Based on the value assigned, the variable is going to get created dynamically. Type of Z is what type? String type. Type of Z is string. Why it is string type? Because you assigned a string value to it. Type of Z is string. Yes. Type of X int. Type of Y is float. Type of Z is string. Okay. So to make you understand much better about these data types, I'll be discussing 4 cases now. Observe this case one. Whenever I say X equal to 10, internally what happens? One object is going to get created with value 10. It is going to occupy some physical memory location address. It is stored in so and so location, right? That address is given to X. So 3 things you need to understand here. Okay, before that, what X is storing here? What X is storing here?
Address, I guess.
What X is storing means? Yes, don't say X is storing 10. Don't say X is storing 10. X stores this address. So 3 things you need to understand. Print X. I'll show you all these things practically. Print X means prints the content. Print X means it goes to this address and prints that whatever value at that address. Prints the content at that address. ID of X prints the address of X. Print type of X prints the data type of X.
Int type.
Data type of X is int type. Okay. 3 things. Print X means prints the content. ID of X means address. Type of X means prints the data type, right? What type? Int type. Okay, these 3 things you need to understand, right? Now observe this case 2. In case 1, printing the content, printing the address and type of one variable. But in case 2, multiple variables. Now everyone try to respond for this case 2. Yes. From here on, everyone try to unmute yourself and try to give your responses. I want the sessions to be more interactive. Either you can give that response through voice or you can through short panel, you can type. X is 10, Y is 20. X is 10, Y is 20. How many objects are created?
2 objects are created.
2 objects, one with 10 with some address. The address given to X. Y equal to 20, one more object with some address. . Now try to say what is print x.
And
10.
10, right? Yes, everyone. Print address ID of x.
103.
3070, right?
Yes.
Type data type, right?
Int type.
Int.
Int type. Now try to say print y is what?
20.
20.
Everyone. Address of y.
10.
1040.
Type of y.
Int type. Integer type. Yes.
Print y. Address of y and type of y. Address of y and type of y, right? Yes. Two different variables with two different values. Then two different objects gets created with two different addresses. Two different variables with two different values. Then two different objects with two different addresses. Okay, fine. Now case 3. Observe this case 3, right? X value 10, y is 10. For 10, how many objects are created here? Yes.
Two
Everyone.
2.
How many objects?
Two objects.
2.
Observe carefully here. Only one object is created. X equal to 10, one object created with some address. That's fine. Now, before creating object for y, it checks any object with value 10 is already available.
Yes, correct.
Hmm.
X1. X1 is available for values having 10.
Yes, yes. So before creating object for y, it checks any object with value 10. If it is already available in the memory, the same address will be given to y. X is 10, y is 10, if z also 10. Don't think three objects with value 10 will be created in the memory. Only one object with value 10. Its address will be given to x, y, and z. Duplicate objects won't be created with 10, 10, 10. If x value is 10, y is 20, z is 30, try to answer how many objects?
Then three objects will
Three
be
objects.
Three objects. Means what is your observation? If values are different, multiple
Value.
objects.
Yeah.
If the same content, all the three x, y, z has same value 10, how many? Only one.
One.
So I can say
The-
x, y, and z, they are sharing the same content 10. They are sharing the same address, right? Print x, print y, and print z is 10. Address of x, address of y, 103070. Address of X, address of Y, address of Z. They have got same address, they have got same content, right? All these three variables sharing the same content and the same address. Now observe this case 4. Observe this case 4, right? X is 10. X value is 10. Yes. X is 20. X value is 10. X value is 20. How many objects?
Only one object will create.
For X1 object will be created with value 10 with some address. X equal to 20, another object will be created. Yes. X is 10, X is 20. Yes. If I say print X, what is the X value it prints?
20.
Prints the X value is 20. Always prints the latest value. Print ID of X.
104080.
1040.
80.
It's 80. I think it's 80, right? Type of X is integer type. Integer type. See what, okay, X equal to what happens to the previous object means it gets removed. Whenever I say X equal to 30, what happens to 20? It gets removed.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, but here when we are giving the values to the to x10 and afterwards we giving the value 20, it will overwrite that value 10, right? Update, it will update, right? So as per this concept, the object will created only once.
So here you understand what happens to the previous X equal to 10. If you want to know what happens to the previous 10, you need to know something about what is happening internally here. So for that, you need to understand a small concept called garbage collector. So it's too early to discuss that garbage collector, but just I'll give you overview as of now. Later I'll discuss in brief garbage collector, right? So removes garbage collector removes unused or unreferred objects from the memory. Removes unused or unreferred objects from the memory. What do you mean by unused objects?
Which the value which is
What
not.
do you mean by unused or unreferred objects whose reference count becomes 0? Whose reference count becomes 0? We call them as unused or unreferred objects. Then these objects immediately removed. Then these objects are immediately removed from the memory. Objects whose reference count becomes 0, then these objects are immediately removed from the memory by the garbage collector. Then these objects are immediately removed from the memory by the garbage collector. What do you mean by reference count becoming 0? Reference count. What do you mean by reference count? This is important. Number of variables pointing to an object. Number of variables pointing to an object or number of variables storing address of a object. Number of variables pointing to an object or number of variables storing address of an object. Number of variables pointing to an object or number of variables storing address of an object. How many variables here? 3 variables, right? What is the reference point of this object? Everyone try to answer. X is pointing to this object, Y is pointing to this object, Z is pointing to this object. X is 10, Y is 10, Z is 10. Only one object, one address. X is pointing to this object and Y is pointing, Z is pointing. X stores this address, Y also stores that address, Z also. What is the reference point? Yes. What is reference count means? Number of variables pointing to an object. To this object to 10, how many variables are pointing?
3.
3.
3, right? So
Yeah.
reference count is 3. So reference count is 3. Slowly I modified the Y value to 20. Slowly I modified the Y value to 20 means a new object 20 with some new address. That address is taken by Y. Now Y is pointing to the new object to 20. Y is not pointing to this. Now what is the reference count now? What is the reference count?
2.
2. 2, right? Because Y is pointed to the new object now. Slowly I modified the Z value also to 30. Now Z is pointing to the object to 30. 109070. Now Z is pointing to the new object. Z is not pointing to this. Z is not pointing. What is the reference count now?
1.
1. Previously X, Y, Z were pointing. Now Y and Z they are pointed to the new objects. Now only X is pointing to 10. Reference count is 1. Slowly I modified the X value also to 50 means one new object, one some new address. That address is given to X now, right? Now X is pointed to the new object 50. X is not pointing to this. Yes, X is not pointing to that. What is the reference count? 0. Reference count is what?
0.
0. Whenever any object reference count becomes 0, then this object immediately gets removed from the memory by the garbage collector. So garbage collector removes this object from the memory whenever reference count becomes 0. Now understood, right? What is garbage collector? When it removes an object, when object reference count becomes 0, what is reference count? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understood.
So in the same way, with this understanding, right, you can go back to this case 4. Now try to answer. X value was 10, X value was 20. Two objects were there. Forget about X equal to 20 for some time. X equal to 10. What is the reference count of it? How many variables are pointing to the object to 10? Only X, right?
Yes.
So reference count 1. Only X is pointing to this. Reference count is 1. Now, slowly I said X equal 20. Now X is pointing to the new object. X is not pointing to this. What is the reference count now? 0. 0 means this object gets removed. Now understood, right? Two objects are created there. X equal 20 means new object created with new address. Understood, right? Yes. So, yes. Data types. Data types are of two types. Data types are of two types. Yes. 1 second. The battery power is down. 1 second. Two types. Fundamental data types. Fundamental data types.
Derived.
Collection data types.
Collection.
Fundamental data types means object holding single value. Object holding single value. Example, right? X equal to 10. One object is created with value 10 with some address. The address is given to X. Here object holding single value. Collection data type means object holding collection of values, object holding group of values. Object holding group of values. Example, X equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Group of values, right? An object is created in that I can see like that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's going to have some address. The address given to X. Object holding single value, fundamental type. Object holding group of values, right? Yes. Collection part. So what are the various fundamental and collection type, right? Yes. Fundamental data types. Fundamental data types mainly are of 5 types. There mainly are of 5 types. So anything if you are starting with hash means it's a comment. It's not executable, right? Fundamental data types, 5 types. Int, float, boolean, string, complex, age 25, something, right? Float means like a height 6.3. Boolean, right? Boolean means boolean, then which returns either true or false, which returns either true or false. String means sequence collection of characters like city, Hyderabad. X plus IY, A plus IB. Fundamental data types X plus IY or A plus IB, right? In Python, instead of 5, we use J. For imaginary part, right? We used to use I. Yes. Int, float, boolean, string, complex. Sequence collection of characters. Boolean means Boolean values. 0 or 1, true or false. Hide something in decimal format, right? Float. Yes. Complex types. Collection data types, right? Yes. Collection data types are of 4 types mainly. List, tuple, set, dictionary. List, tuple, set, and dictionary. List represented using squared bracket. Tuple represented using normal braces. By seeing this only, you should identify set of values, tuple of values, set of values. Dictionary is collection of curly bracket only, key colon value. Key and value means, for example, name Ajay, age 25. Name Ajay, age 25. Key and value. Key value representations, right? This is key and this is value. This is key and this is value. Key value representations. Data types. Okay. So in the case of collection data type, we have got a lot of discussion. We'll be discussing nearly 1 week on this collection types. Now we have got more discussion on this string in case of fundamental type, right? Yes.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Sir, in the collection data types, what about this range and horizon set data type?
So explicitly we won't say them, right? But they are range object, right? Range of values it is going to get generated. So mainly there are 4 types of collections. They'll be coming as subcategories, right? Range of values.
Yes, sir. And what about this horizon set?
Yes, that also right. Both mainly there are 4 types: list, tuple, sets, and dictionaries.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank
So
you.
we are so generally it's a range function, right?
Hmm.
For generating range of values. So internally it creates range object. Okay. But mainly this. So if you go in that way, then you can say many are there. Iterator object is there, generator object is there. All that we won't count as this. It not only like range object, we have got iterator object, we have got generator object. So in all this, we have got many objects. They are iterator objects, multiple values are there, but mainly 4. We'll be discussing about all those range functionality. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Now coming to this, right? We have got a lot of discussion on string, right? So string, right? What is a string? A string is a
Collection of characters.
yes, it's a sequence collection of characters. Sequence collection of characters. In Python, a string is represented in Python using first using single quote, double quote, and triple quote. We use 3 quotes here for string. Single quote, right? Double quote. Triple quote. Single quote, double quote, and triple quote. So single quote or double quote for a single line of string. Triple quote for multiple lines of string or for a paragraph we use. String is a collection of characters. Each character of a string is identified or accessed by a unique index. Each character of a string is identified or accessed by unique index. String supports two types of indexes. String supports two types of indexes. Positive index
And negative index.
positive index or forward index. Yes. Negative index. Negative index or backward index. Positive index or forward index starts from left to right. Index starts with 0. Index starts with -1. Okay. So just observe this diagram, right? Observe this diagram. Yes. Yes, and from tomorrow the link is going to change, right? Everyone's supposed to get enrolled for getting the new link. Yes. You can see in the chart panel the payment process and procedure and this course content link and the previous videos link, right? X equal to Python, Python. An object is created. Within that Python 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This we call it like positive index or forward index. Positive index or forward index. Negative index are backward. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Negative index or backward index. Negative index or backward index. Index starts from this one left to right. This starts from right to left. Yes. So here, right, okay. I'm keeping all this in comment. Multi-line comment start with triple quote, end with triple quote. Single line comment starts with has. X equal to Python. Print X type of X. Print X and print type of X. Print len of x means number of characters within the string. Len of x means number of characters. How many? 6 characters for this. Len. What is the value of x of 3? Yes. Try to say what is the value of x of 3, everyone.
H will be there.
0, 1, 2, 3, h. Print x of minus 3 value.
H.
This is minus 1, minus 2, this is minus 2, that is also h. So type is string type, length is 6, number of characters, positive index, negative index. Run module. H6. Y equal to programming, right? Yes. Y equal to programming, right? Yes. So once again, right, you can see in the chart, there is some messages given by the online team, demo video 1, demo video 2 and 3. You can go through that and the payment process and the procedure. Yes. Course content link, right? Yes. So tomorrow the link will be changing. Don't forget, if you are done with the payment, don't forget to share the screenshot of your payment to online team. The mail ID is given there. Tomorrow you'll be getting the new link to your mail IDs. Print x plus y. Just I'll take 10 minutes more. Yes. X plus y means Python and programming. This is, we call it as concatenation. What we call concatenation. Concatenation means adding two strings. Adding two strings, right? First string followed by second string. First string followed by second string. Just observe this output, Python plus programming, Python programming, right? Yes. If you want space between Python and programming, you can just say x plus, add 3 strings. X is 1 string, y is 1 string. Between these two, 1 blank space, 1 more string, empty string. Got Python programming, right? Yes. So we no need to write huge codings in Python. We have got inbuilt. Okay. String methods. String method, right? Yes. X equal to S. String methods, for example, first one, upper. To print in uppercase, just I'll take 5 minutes more. To print in uppercase. X equal to Hyderabad. Print X dot upper. Print X dot upper means print total is Hyderabad in uppercase. Just observe this output. to print in lowercase. Y equal to mumbai. Print y dot lower. Print y dot lower, right? S Mumbai in lowercase. Yes, but see this. I want x equal to India. X equal to India, right? I want only the first character I in the uppercase, remaining all in the lower cases. So for that, I got a method x dot capitalize. There is a method called capitalize, right? You can check this. X in lowercase. Python is case sensitive. Uppercase, lower cases are taken differently, right? Only the first character in the uppercase. Capitalize. For capitalizing the first character. Next. The title, right? Yes. For example, x equal to, for example, good evening, Hyderabad. Yes. I want every word first character in the uppercase. G in uppercase, E in uppercase, H in uppercase. G in uppercase, E in uppercase, H in uppercase. Print x dot title. So good evening, Hyderabad. G in uppercase, E in uppercase, H in uppercase. Where this tab title can be useful means, for example, employees. EMPS employees equal to Ajay, Rohit, Rahul, Blake, Amar, James, Ajay, Rohit, Rahul, Blake, Amar, James, John. So I want think that you got some 100 names, each and every employee name. First character I want in uppercase. Print EMPS is your string name dot title. Title means each and every word first character in uppercase, right? Check this. Each and every name. Ajay, A, Rohit, or Rahul, Blake, Amar, James, John. We have got a method called replace. We have got a method called replace for replacing a portion of a string. For replacing a portion of a string. For replacing a portion of a string means yes. X equal to, I'm saying like Java is easy. Yes. Print X is the string dot replace is the method. What you want to replace? The word Java. With what word you want to replace? Python. So what is the output you get? Python is easy. Okay, one more bracket to be closed. Python is easy, right? So in this way, just we have discussed some method, upper, lower, capitalize, title, replace. We have got more method like swap case, count, split, strip, find, join, starts with, ends with. So in this way, we have got many methods. Still, we have got more discussion on the strings. So we'll discuss that in tomorrow's class. So yes, tomorrow the link is changing. You anyway, everyone, you need to get enrolled. So from the last, this including this today's session, totally 4 sessions we've given. Right, tomorrow you will get a new link. Check your mails, right? Yes. Any queries you got, right? Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So for second last example, why can't we not use capitalize? to make
Capitalized
it-
means only the first character A will be only in uppercase. Here India I only in uppercase. Here this A only will be uppercase, not all the names. Capitalize means for capitalizing the first character only. But here every word first character I want. Yes. Title. Understanding.
Hi, sir. My question is not related to this class, so I just wanted to know, when I contacted you, so they just send me a course detail where it has mentioned Django, Python is used for many of the application to develop websites and all. So, in case if a person wants to go like in a machine learning, so is the python will the python program will be different, like we are learning, or is the same, we have to go through the same way
So
which
Python,
we are learning?
see in this course, people who wants to go for full stack entire Python package, where
Mhm.
Python will be discussed upon with Python web
Mhm.
development, web development courses like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. Apart
Mhm.
from this, Django will be discussed. If you want to go for data science or data analytics, right, or big data environment,
Mhm.
Python just is enough. Python, you can just go for Python, no need of Django. So
But
just
right now sorry to interrupt you, but right now we are covering what you told me right now, Django, HTML, but I don't require this because I am into the machine learning. So what should you suggest me, like?
see one thing was observe this 1 second course content link if you open it, right? 1 second.
Okay.
So this Python basics operations, Python IDs, control statements, looping statements.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see here, right?
Mhm.
Collections, Python list, tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions, modules, packages, errors and exceptions, file handling, OOPS concepts, regular expressions, database connections, Python datetime, OS model, advanced concepts, graphical user interface, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Python pandas, Python NumPy. These 30 topics will be discussed for Python course. For only for this Python course, right? So for this, the fee structure is 5,000. The duration will be 70 hours, 2 months, 2.5 months it takes.
Okay.
And other, apart from that, people who are choosing full stack, apart from this 30, right?
Hmm.
They'll, okay, this is Python. And if you, this only for Python. And if you want to full stack, there is one more full stack course content where it includes, yes, 1 second.
Okay. So are you going to cover any kind of project in the class, or just a course?
1 second. See, clearly you need to understand one thing, right? Everyone, before you update with this.
Mhm.
1 second. two categories of people, right, who updates for Python. People generally, if you see, two categories of people will be updating Python. First category is people implementing data science using Python, implementing big data using Python, like Spark with Python, PySpark, writing IoT with Python, robotics, and writing automation scripts in DevOps or AWS, right?
Mhm.
Yes. And in all this, right, their career won't be in Python. Their career will be in data science, big data, IoT, robotics, all this. Implementing goes in Python. Total data science implementation in Python, big data like Spark with Python, PySpark. So in all this, their career will be in that, but they need to have the idea about Python. Total coding like Python, object-oriented, Python functional programming, Python modular programming, Python scripting, all this they need to have. Then only they can have command on this coding of these things. Second category of people who wants to have career on Python itself. They want to have a Python job, Python career as a Python developer. So they need to compulsory have the knowledge on Django framework. Apart from this Django framework, they need to have the knowledge on UI technologies. So this Python, this Django, this UI technologies, and all this plus project. This what full stack Python, total Python package, right? This will be of 10,000 piece. And people who wants only Python and they want to implement this Python in that, right? They learn Python 30 modules, whatever I said, right? 30 module will be discussed for this. And after updating, you can go and update with data science, big data, IoT, robotics. Yes.
So are you going to cover any project in this?
So projects means two categories. So Python, here I said clearly one project will be discussed in this. In full stack Python, Python, Django, UI technologies, Python. And here, if you want to do a project in Python, there'll be projects either in Django framework, publicated related projects, otherwise data science, big data related projects will be there. Even if you go for BTech final year projects in Python, right? The projects will be with either data science related or web applications. Data science related or big data related, these things. Cloud related, right? These projects will be there. Otherwise, web application, interactive web applications creations. So for that, Python along with this knowledge or this knowledge for doing the project. And here in this, we'll follow like the MVT architecture, model view template, model database, view Python views, templates, websites, right? Designing web page, MVT architecture in Java, MVC, in Python, MVT, right? Yes. Yes. If you want, I can just give a GUI based application here in this Python.
My last question is, will you be helping us like for resume building and for placement or just
Yes, yes.
teaching class?
Yes, yes. Resumes, I'll be providing you the resumes, right? I'll be helping you in resume building. Yes.
Okay. So,
So-
there will be no placement guarantee, but you are helping, right?
Placement guarantee means what? So one thing, if the anywhere, if you are sound, if you are good at this programming part, if you are good at this, if you have got command on this, right? Whenever you go for interview, directly you can crack that interview. That's why it is 70 hours course. It's not 45 hours course. I can complete it within just 40 to 45 hours also. But why I'm saying 70 hours means in brief, in depth with many working examples. Everything statement by statement, line by line execution I'll be showing you. For every statement I type, you will be responding. That is what interactive sessions. Fine.
Okay, great.
So with this knowledge, if you go for interviews or if you go for implementing anything, right, you can easily understand those things. Fine.
Yes.
And just executing this, not writing your own code and working with many assignments, tasks, all that, right? You will be getting good command on this subject. So
Right.
for that technical discussions, we'll be having a WhatsApp group is going to be created. So
Mhm.
anyone, if you are trying with your own code, if you're getting errors, right, you can take the snap of that error and you can post in the WhatsApp group. So you can keep debate in the WhatsApp, or I'll be answering it if what is the error related, instead of no need to wait up to the next session, right? So you can just clarify. And at the start of the session also, you can ask that query about that error. I'll be just demonstrating to all, right, by writing the code, right? Yes.
Thank
Fine.
you, sir. Yeah. That's
Okay.
right.
So yes. So so I'm stopping for now. If I'm done with
Sir?
your queries, yes, yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
one question.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, sir, in the parallel of actually I already enrolled for this course, so I haven't get link and other access.
Tomorrow it is going to change, right? Tomorrow, by tomorrow afternoon, you are going to get it.
Okay, sir. So, sir, one other thing, sir, when we are, I'm with this parallelly with the completion of this course, I will be parallelly practice on this hacker earth and hacker rank. So, if somewhere I will stuck or something will be there, so I can ask in this or is it
Yes,
possible
yes,
to
yes,
ask?
yes. You can ask that queries, right? You can ask that. Yes, yes, yes. You can ask that queries, right? Anything related to this Python, right?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. So we'll meet
Sir,
tomorrow. Yes. Yeah.
Sir, one another thing. So, sir, this certifications, right? So,
Yeah. In the yesterday first session also I said, right? So certifications in Python like Microsoft certificate, other certifications are there. So what is that course content for this? How your performance will be measured? The type of queries or questions, how you are going to get? Yes, everything I'll be discussing separately with 1 or 2 sessions, right, on it.
okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. So hope still any other queries, anyone? Okay, I want the sessions to be more interactive, right? And one more thing, your session timing, once again, I'm making it clear. It will be, so just after some days, it will be starting at 9 o'clock. I said, right? First 1 week or 10 days, it will be at 10 o'clock, but later it will be at 9 o'clock, right? Starts at 9 to 10. So I'm making it clear once again before you do with the payment, right? Yes. Any other queries, right? Any other queries from your side?
No, sir. Nothing from my side.
So, okay. So tomorrow we'll meet, same time at 10 o'clock, but the link will be different. Check your mail ID, right? You can also go through that contact details of the online team. If anyone, if it doesn't get that link, you can just contact that mobile numbers that are provided, right? Yes. So, okay. So I'm stopping for now. Yes, meet you tomorrow. Thank you all for your time. Meet you tomorrow. Good night.
Yeah, good night.